What up, fam? It's your boy Adam Butler here to introduce a very special episode of MSR, man. We had an opportunity to sit down with you all, the listeners, the fans, the supporters, to have a live forum discussion on all things Black Panther. That's right. We called that thing Wakanda Talk. It was dope. Loved having the energy in the room from you all, man. It was a beautiful thing. We had good food, good drink. Oh, man, you should have been there. But if you did miss it, don't worry about it because that's what this show is about. We got the live audio from that one, man. So be warned, there is some background noise, and it's not going to sound like the normal studio show. But we really wanted to get you guys opportunity to hear this one and enjoy this one. And also, if you missed Wakanda Talk, don't worry. We're going to be doing more live shows, more live forums. Actually, we're going to do one once a month. That's a little announcement for you guys, man. So keep it locked for that, man. It's going to be on all sorts of topics, all sorts of subjects, and we're also going to have special guests, live interviews. It's going to be a beautiful thing, man. It's one of the natural next steps for MSR. So, again, we appreciate you all. Thank you for constantly supporting us. Those of you that came through Wakanda Talk, thank you for showing up. Those of you that want to come to the next event, we will have information for that one for the people that's in the Washington, D.C. area. Or if you're not in the Washington, D.C. area and you want to come down and join us, that'll be beautiful too. And we're also looking to do bigger things with that, man. Maybe even bringing it to your city at some point. So keep it locked for that. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is Wakanda Talk.
Check this out.
Finally,
Scream Radio
has come back. Home.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You are tuned into another episode of
MSR.
Give it up for us. All right, I'm Adam Butler. That's Paul Span.
Black Man Span in the building.
Narcus is in the building.
I am.
Who's behind me? Sleepy Chris is in the building. Hey, Harris is in the building.
He's mute currently.
Say hi. There we go. All right, so we did Wakanda Talk Part 1 with our guy Marcus. That was a great show.
It was awesome.
We got into the details of that. We did it like right after the movie came out, so we tried to avoid spoilers, but we didn't do a good job of avoiding spoilers. We gave out.
They should have saw the movie by now.
Right, but what we for real. But I think people have seen the movie now. So what we wanted to do is have a conversation with friends, supporters, people that genuinely mess with us, right? So we're gonna do this one in front of the people of Wakanda, right? Y'all been people of Wakanda and all that. Word up, we're giving all that up.
All that.
So it's gonna be an open forum discussion about all things Black Panther. We asked the people on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram to send us a couple of questions. We do have those questions. We're gonna start off with some of those, and then we're gonna let the people get in and ask whatever questions they want. We got this little Black Panther. The hell is this?
Squishy ball.
A squishy ball.
We can probably come up with something better than that.
I like squishy ball.
Let's go with it.
So we have a Black Panther squishy ball, and whenever someone has the squishy ball in their hands,
Oh, relax. See?
if you happen to have the squishy ball in your possession, in your palm, caressing it ever so gently,
Firstly, you squeeze it ever so gently.
squeeze it gently, and then you
Before
may
make
speak.
your point.
But then he did the gesture though.
Yeah, we're gonna get where the camera at?
Squeeze it.
Gently. All right. So we're gonna get to the first question that we have, and the first question is a simple one. I have it on my mind. Don't mind that.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, don't read that.
Yeah, don't read that. First question is a simple one. We'll answer it first, and then if you all have opinions, I hope you all have opinions. We'll throw the squishy Black Panther ball to you. All right.
Squeeze it twice. Don't forget that.
First question is a simple question. Was Killmonger right? I'll start with you, Paul. Was Eric Killmonger right? It's a very simple question. No, yeah, it's not. It's simply put, but it's complicated.
Right.
Was Eric Killmonger right?
Very, very, very many of the points that he made were 100% astute and right and correct. Maybe the elements. See, it's
No,
subjective.
yes or no.
Yes
Yes
or
or
no.
no. Yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no, Paul.
Yeah,
Hold on, 2 times.
yeah. Squish that ball.
All right, let's get it.
There we go.
Relax.
Familiar with that?
It's so maybe people can say that his methods may not have been right? But the overall, the point that he made about separatism, the point that he made about people having unlimited resources and leaving a whole sector of people out to dry is 100% a valid point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of his methods may have been a little bit harsh, but he was right.
Killmonger was right. Okay, let's
That's
go.
right.
Who we got next? You want to go for time?
Did you squeeze twice?
I did not do that.
We're
gonna end that trend. Go for it, bro. I don't know. I think he was justified in his feelings of things.
Right.
Of course, the methods were probably a little screwed, but I think his character resonated with everyone. People in the audience, right now, like we're resonating with that because we know what he was feeling, and because we know what he's feeling, is that really wrong? Are we all wrong? So I think it's how he went about it. Of course, was extreme. You know what I mean? But I definitely don't think he was wrong. Nargis?
Yes.
He was wrong.
No, he was right.
Okay. Why?
I mean, like I told you, Killmonger, in my opinion, my Killmonger theory, he's like a metaphor for the African American, like the average African American who like just can't quite make it. Right? It's like you try to do the right thing, you go to school, you try to do it like what the American dream has told us that we're supposed to do, and you still end up on the short end of the stick. And the thing that makes him unique is the fact that he knows that there is a place where there's better. Like he knows it, you know what I mean? Like in his world, he knows there's a Wakanda. So that fuels being even more pissed in that I should be in that. I should have the keys and I fucking don't. And I have to deal with this shit and have to go through what everybody else is dealing with. Like that adds, you know what I mean? Like if I knew there was a fucking Wakanda, I would be even more livid than I already am now.
Would you? You would be. Okay, I got you. I was going to ask you, would you take it over though? Would you try to take over Wakanda?
I'm saying, if I felt that Wakanda had what I needed and everyone that I grew up loving needed to do better around me because y'all wasn't around me, then yeah, I need that.
All right, Chris, and then we're going to go to the audience.
No, he wasn't. He was totally wrong. Totally wrong. People chipping. Oh my God. Why are we?
You gotta say words, Chris.
That guy. This is silly.
This is silly.
People don't even think this out like fully. It's like, all right, let's just say they did go to war with everyone. Last time I checked, nuclear bombs were going to kill everyone. Last I checked, Wakandans don't have anything to prevent that stuff from going off. Wakandans would be safe, maybe. Rest of us dead, so whatever. Have on that. But let's not even get into that.
Such a bleak
Let's not even get into that make-believe war that would kill us all. All of us.
Kill us all.
Kill us all. Got you. Go. Yeah. That's it.
That drink was really nice.
There we go. Yeah.
You just need like the ball for the bottom when Chris talks.
Yes.
All right. If you dare follow that up.
Yes.
Was Killmonger right, wrong? Who wants to go for it? Y'all don't be shy. There we go. Tell me and then do it. There we go.
Okay. Great job, Kevin Hart.
Really. So
Kevin Fart.
I knew you was gonna say that shit. Go ahead, man. Go on, man. Kevin Fart. Get the fuck out. Anyway, go.
He was definitely right. I think he kind of brought up a great idea, like pretty much of culture appreciation. It seems like we don't have any culture appreciation no more about anything. Like, you know, that's pretty much how we living right now. We kind of feel like left out, and we don't feel like we can actually do nothing to contribute to our own society as today. So, you know, he kind of felt neglected, and that's why he acted out. You know, it wasn't the best plan, but he also he had the solution that he wanted. So at the end of the day, he kind of like felt like everybody who was left out, no one cares about him, and they want to do something to make a contribution to society. So, you know, at the end of the day, we all feel like that, and we don't cherish our own society and culture today. You know, a lot of times we are in Wakanda because we can't really do nothing to be celebrated for. We all complain about so much stuff, but we don't have no solutions to nothing. But he had that solution that we already wanted, and that was to be accepted and be great. So.
Okay. Gage, you want to jump in? Okay. Hold on, Chris. Go ahead.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go with a strong no.
Yeah.
But you know what?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't right.
He wasn't right.
Okay.
He wasn't right. Were his feelings justified? Absolutely.
Okay.
Right? His feelings were justified, and so much of what he said, obviously in that fictitious setting, it is, you feel that way, right?
Right.
Like, but being right means you got to do it the right way too. And he didn't do it the right way. What I saw, if Killmonger had succeeded in what he was doing, he was just a black Hitler. People would have followed him because he made them feel. That's the same thing Hitler did. People followed him because he had a message. They felt like, we're supposed to be this. We're supposed to be in this place, and anybody else doesn't. And when your agenda is, we're just gonna send weapons out.
Yeah.
We're gonna push back.
Right.
Like we're just
Right.
gonna that doesn't actually solve it. Right. That puts us right in the same place where we were in like 1944.
So
And I don't.
was the idealism wrong or the methodology wrong?
The method, right? The idea is fine, right? But it's in the long run, what it ended up being, okay, let's take our resources and let's put our people in position to learn what
To
they
fuck
need
up
to
some
know.
other
Let's
people.
actually use what we have to teach people. Let's put Shuri in a position where she, all of that kind of stuff is the right method, right?
Right.
What he did, there's no way somebody who lived in Wakanda wasn't eventually going to push to overthrow him.
Right.
There's no way in the world.
Right.
Like it just, for all the people who were following because they, it felt right at the time.
Or they were
There was
forced.
already dissension in the ranks.
Right.
There's no two ways about that.
Right. So, but just so we're 100% clear, what was Killmonger trying to say? Because I think people have a different idea of what the man was trying to say, and I think at this point, as the conversation grows online and amongst friends, it's almost like we're starting to make up our own narrative for what
Right.
Killmonger was trying to say. Like,
Right.
who can tell me what Killmonger was really trying to achieve by taking over Wakanda and giving out their resources? D, what's happening?
Like, all right, I'm a disclaimer lover. I don't do this often. I talk really fast. I'm drunk and I'm a little,
So
I mean, man, hey,
my
man.
Continue something.
So,
he's drunk too.
And he talks that way all the time, even without being drunk.
It's hard to tell.
And we can't tell.
so 15 years ago, I'd have been conflicted about this. I'd be like, maybe not. But me and my experiences as an adult black male here, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like dead ass. Like, and I feel like where he was coming from was a fact that, or a point of, we have to take over because I'm not racist at all. I don't like white people. I'm not a fan by far.
So you're prejudiced. It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm that.
It's all good. It's
So
A lot of us
it's
are.
just my
I'm back.
experiences. It's not like they are taught that. I experienced that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like most of us probably have. Like,
Right.
that shit molded me to where I'm at now. Like, I just so I feel like it's either going to take a motherfucking apocalypse and we got to start over to get shit back on track, because the way they doing shit, they run the world, and the way they're doing it is not working for everybody. So it's going to take a takeover, or it's going to take apocalypse,
Right.
and we got to start over to get this shit right again.
So you saying that's what Killmonger was saying?
That's what I feel like he wanted.
Right.
They said they didn't have the weapons to fight back.
Mhm.
We not armed. We can't fight these motherfuckers. They run everything. People that go against the norm, like the holistic doctors, they get killed.
Right.
You blow a fucking horn or whistle, get too loud over here,
Right.
you want off your ass.
Right. Right.
Like that Russian cat that just disappeared.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gone.
that was in the CDC.
We
or
never gonna see that
something.
motherfucker
Yeah.
again. He's gone.
Yeah.
He probably had puddle ooze somewhere or some shit. Like, he made too much fucking noise.
Yeah.
That's just what it is, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to take a
Moment
takeover.
his ass.
It's not gonna get better. That kumbaya shit is gonna get better. No, it's not. They're not gonna allow that shit, bro. It's gonna get incrementally better, but it's not gonna be right for everybody.
So the precipice of your point is that he thinks that we should take everything over. But do you think that he had an actual plan for after that happened?
I just feel like my take from the movie is he said send our weapons out to the spies. Spies are inbred into society. You don't know who a spy, who's not a spy.
Yeah.
He didn't say send it to motherfuckers to start war. He said send it to the spies, arm our spies. And our spies can systematically take over. Like, kill off the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They're going to off the people in power and take over. That's how I thought he said it. I didn't think he said to start war. You can't do that. That's not going to work.
I think he definitely wanted to start war. I think that his mission was to send weapons to the war dogs, right? The people that agreed. Some even disagreed to do it.
Right.
But his mission was to send weapons to whoever was willing to help in order to start a war or to take over, right?
Sorry, that was me. That wasn't my opinion of Kilmore. That's what I think.
No,
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like he's going. I would send my shit to the spies. And let the spies.
Oh, you saying that's what you would
That's
do?
what
Not
I
what
don't
Killmonger was
really
doing.
care.
Oh.
I mean, I like the ID he gave me. I put it to my. That's what I would send my shit to the
Better over those spies
So
listening to
when we
this shit,
find
right?
vibranium, you the one we going to.
I just real quick, and y'all think about whatever response. I think any great villain causes you to question your morals and causes you to question things that you probably wouldn't question before. Like that's what great villains do. And I think Killmonger was just a great villain, and he made you think about what would you do if you were in his position. He made you think about like, wow, maybe he has a point. Like there were times where I've watched. We were talking about this earlier. Like Hannibal Lecter had points. Hannibal Lecter made good points, but at the end of the day, Hannibal Lecter ate people and he was a psychopath, right? So, but that's what a great villain does. So I think that Killmonger, I understand his motivation. I do think he's a metaphor for black folks. I think that's clear as day that he was, and I think that he represented sort of a misplaced anger and an anger without an actual true well thought out plan. And I do think that his goal was more to destroy than to build, because one of the first things he did, we talked about this too, and it's a character that's real forgettable, but the CIA agent, right, when he burnt the heart-shaped herb, right, he burnt it at the time, and they said, wow, he burnt. So the reason for burning that was to literally stop any other king from rising. So he was a dictator, right? He was a dictator.
Right.
Also, his goal was to destroy the resources and give away the resources. I actually want to hear what you think about this when we talk about that colonizer thing. Like to destroy the resources of that place. So to me, whether he was angry at Wakanda or not, I don't see him as a person who's coming in to liberate and use their tools in an effective way. I saw him as a person who's coming to destroy and then destroy whatever else he could out of pure anger. You wanted to go there?
And to your point of the villain, it also allows a person to have a certain form of empathy. So when you look at the backstory, you look at how his father was killed. You look at it a good villain's character develops for you to have that split thought of, is this a good person, is this a bad person? So I think he did a good job of playing on empathy.
Giving it to Clarence. To Clarence.
To what point specifically do you want me to address?
So when we were talking, my fault, I was reading the next question, but when we were talking earlier about whether he was right or wrong, and we just had a private conversation, and you brought up the point about him possibly at the end of the day.
I said Killmonger was the colonizer.
Right, and you just
I agree.
Okay, see, I like that. So, and do you want to explain why you said he was the colonizer before we get Clarence's response?
Yeah, because Clarence was saying that he wasn't a colonizer. I said that he was a colonizer because the CIA agent said that he adopted the ways of his enemy, right? So he's not invading Wakanda with the Afrocentricities of an American black person, right? You're adopting how you were militarized by white people who colonized this country, so you're actually being the vehicle. I call him the overseer. Like, you're being the overseer. You're being the middleman between the white privileged oppressor and directly to the African. So you're not coming in from an Afrocentric standpoint. You're coming in through a Eurocentric oppressive standpoint and not even realizing it because of what his own experience was. So I said he was the colonizer.
So I disagree with the terms of colonizer, because just because you use the tactics doesn't mean that you're doing on the behalf of some other institutional entity. So if we have a guerrilla warfare right now, we'll go, oh, well, those fighting tactics, my fault. Those fighting tactics are from West Africa. Just because we're trying to achieve some type of goal, we can't say just because of the tactics that they're using. I mean, he was Wakanda. Like, how you pronounce it? Wakanda.
He's a Wakandan.
He was Wakanda. So,
but only by birth, not by culture.
He was really American.
He was American.
Yeah, I know, but the blood. I mean, when he pulled that lip down.
That's it.
Yeah, right. I mean, but that's what gave him. But that's what gave him even the opportunity to even fight in the first place, was because that's where he's from. Like through blood, but that was on the inside of his lip. So that was his right to be in the first place. Now, because he used the tactics, the war tactics itself, doesn't necessarily mean that. That's what I'm pushing back on. Just because usually people who are colonizing are because they already have the power, and they're going in somewhere that is susceptible to be overtaken.
So you saying he wasn't representing the United States?
Right, he wasn't representing
the United States. Right, so he can't be a colonizer. You want to jump in?
Yeah, I'll jump in.
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
So I'm gonna agree with him. I thought about it at first, and I thought about what you first said about going into Wakanda and actually like taking some of their taking what they got and like using that to implement strategies and stuff. And when you say it like that, you sound like a colonizer. But then when you think about it, when you think about real colonization, I think about like you taking over a country, but you're doing it for the good of another country.
Right.
So he wasn't going over there to take another country, like take over Wakanda.
On the behalf of another country.
Yeah, so he wasn't going there and saying, well, this is for Oakland, this is for Bompton. We out here doing what we're supposed to be doing. He was doing there and saying, yo, I'm in Wakanda and this is for my people in Wakanda. So it's going to start off in Wakanda, but I feel like it was going to spread over the world. But I don't really think he was out there trying to invoke like a change in their society to the point where it was more of an American traditional style way. If you want to.
Yeah, it happened. Oh, Leon. Let's let Leon first go, and then we come right to you,
There
Leon.
you go.
Yeah.
Nice pass.
Yeah,
Leon.
that's a good pass. We home go try.
I'm gonna try to keep this short. I don't really know how to address the colonization situation. I think it's give or take how you want to look at it. The initial question was he right? You said the most thing that I felt like I can agree with. Like he was wrong in the simple fact that he was driven by emotion. We talk about feelings and anger, and when you're driven by emotion and not logic, it's never a good situation at all. And he felt he deserved, and he was doing it for himself. So whether he was representing another country or not, he was doing it for himself. And it was never, for the good of the people. And he didn't come up with a logic that was unknown. The whole female or the love story behind it, his girl told him we should be doing this. You know what I'm saying? So the situation came up before he just confirmed that other people think about it, and his methods were wrong. I mean, he brought up like, okay, we have these resources, we should be helping, but it wasn't for the greater good, it was for himself. Like he felt like, well, because you left me out and dry, nobody should ever be left out and dry, and we're just going to take over. That was wrong. You can't. And he had no tradition in aspect of like, we're going to represent and keep Wakandan spirit alive. It was like, we're going to do this because this is what I know how to do. We're going to take your resources. I mean, it was madness, and it was barbaric. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the grand scheme of things, he cared about nothing but himself. I will kill whoever gets in the way, despite of who you are and your contributions to what Wakandans have and what it means to be a Wakandan. He knew none of that, so therefore you came in, you took over, and you were wrong in the simplest form.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to me, that sounds like a colonizer. Somebody that comes in, take over, destroys your traditions, and insert their own traditions and just do whatever they want. That's the definition of a colonizer. Like there's no ifs and no buts about that.
Right.
I think that the man had an idea. When he pointed out there's 2 billion people like you around the world who you're not helping. He made it seem like he wanted to help, but he really was coming with his own agenda. And to me, colonizers come in, they're barbaric. They're serving themselves. They're not serving another country. They're serving themselves. So to me, the man was a colonizer. Was his methods right? No, I think they were wrong. But at the end of the day, he was a colonizer, and he took over that shit.
So I disagree on the colonizer part, because I feel like we've only seen in modern history colonization from a power taking over a weaker institution. We have not seen it the other way around.
Right.
This one individual came in, won the throne fair and square, but he had an agenda. His agenda was to help other black folk, heal other black folk. He wasn't coming in saying like, yo, I'm going to... That wasn't his agenda.
I don't agree that was his agenda.
His agenda was his agenda.
I agree, but
for his pain.
who was he sending? Who's going to send the weapons to?
to the spies from Wakanda.
And who were the spies?
Okay, they were black.
But understand,
Yeah,
that's
but
just
that doesn't mean he
just
held in black
yeah,
folks.
that's bipartisan. It's
Yeah.
bipartisan because because the number one person he was working with.
Wait, let me finish.
You gotta respect the pen.
Oh, my bad.
Let me
Sorry,
just
Chris,
say,
I respect you.
everyone talks about Wakanda was doing this and they weren't helping us out. We do Wakandan stuff all the time, just on a smaller level. I walk by homeless people eating the Subway sandwich all the time. We've all done it. Stuff like that. So we all are guilty of not helping out to the fullest we can.
Subway sandwiches.
Subway sandwich. Right. He said very
Specifically the subway. It's right there.
So hold tight. We're gonna make two last points on this one, and then we're gonna go to our next question. So Paul and then LT.
So to what you said, I think most of all of his points were all self-serving. Bipartisan. It's like getting a junk assist. It's like I have nothing else to do with the basketball but pass it out to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like the people that he was working, because the number one person he was working with was what's the dude's Claw?
Yeah, Ulysses Claw.
Yeah,
Was he working with them or was he using him?
He was using them.
He was using.
Yeah.
But I don't think his heart was in it to help other black people. I think it was pain. Like I think he wanted to avenge other people that felt the same way as him. I don't think his overall due was to help upbuild. Like it's like I feel this pain, and there's 2 billion people like me feeling pain.
Conscious is right.
Yeah, let's make this last point, and we're gonna. I want to ask
last
this question.
point. So here's the thing. He could have helped people. He could have got his revenge, all that good stuff. But he went about doing it the wrong way. As we all know, or most of us know in the comic book world, that vibranium can be used in many different forms. It can be used for medicine, as it was seen in the movie. It could be used to build. He had endless money. He could have just sent money out to all the neighborhoods that need to get built back up. He could have sent out the vibranium to make cures for diseases. What's her name, Shuri, fixed somebody's spine. He had a bullet in his spine. And vibranium and technology from Wakanda took care of that. You know how many people around America could use that?
Yeah.
That's something that, now if Eric Killmonger had did that, he would have been more just. He probably would have been the anti-hero at that point. But because he was like, no, I want everybody to kill each other. Bam, right there.
Yeah.
Fucking hell of a point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good point. Good point.
Like that, but that's a hell of a point.
Good point. So he was wrong. Anyway,
precipice on that.
bang bang. I honestly don't think it's that cut and dry. And I think that's why the character is well written, because it's not that cut and dry. It's something to think about. It's not that he was right or wrong. I think it's somewhere in between, and it depends on how you look at things.